I just wanted to make this short video regarding Triple H's retirement in wrestling. Like, I'm not gonna act like Triple H is just uh, no more Triple H. Look, it was coming. I didn't think it'd be now. I thought it would just be health scare. Give it time. He would go, and eventually he would come back, and he would be a big deal. But it seems that it is indeed game over. So I just want to talk about some of the moments that I enjoyed out of Triple H over the years. Whether it was the 2009 stuff, whether it was the Authority, whether it was this or that, it didn't matter. Triple H has had classic moments. No matter how much crap the dude gets, whether it's online or not, in the end of the day, Triple H is one of the best workers WWE has ever had. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act like he wasn't. It's one of the GOATs. He's the one guy that felt like a badass through thick or thin, no matter what. No matter what he did, he felt and looked like a badass. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've been watching for a long time, whatever. You know, I started watching 2009. Okay, when I first started watching, my first clip of wrestling was when The Undertaker chokeslammed Shelton Benjamin on a taped episode of SmackDown. Then, Randy Orton was in the whole thing with the McMahons, and then Shane McMahon got involved. The first time I get to see Triple H was when Randy Orton punted Shane in the head. Then Stephanie came out, Randy Orton RKO'd Stephanie, and then Triple H came out. Now here's a funny moment out of me, okay? Now when I was young, the only one I've seen, the only man out of DX that I've seen on Raw, I didn't know SmackDown was a thing yet. The only one that I knew, Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels was JBL's employee or whatever at the time. So all I knew was Shawn Michaels. Long hair, everything. And then when Randy Orton dropped Stephanie with an RKO, I see a man coming into the ring, and he has this rude look on his face. Like, it's so squinted and out of anger. And I mean this in the most realist way possible. I thought that was Shawn Michaels. I thought the man coming in the ring helping Stephanie was Shawn Michaels. Now I did question. I was like, what does Shawn have to do with this situation? Why? What? And then all it took was for on an episode of Raw for John Cena to be like, I'm going to SmackDown on Friday. And when Friday came around, I'm just surfing the channels like, see what's on today. And then I found SmackDown. And then I see Triple H having an interview with JR talking about what happened on Raw when Randy Orton RKO'd Stephanie. And I'm just like, oh, wait, that's the same guy I seen on Raw. That's not Shawn. Oh, his name is Triple H. Oh, so I mistook Shawn Michaels for Triple H. I swear to God. I looked at Shawn and I'm like, okay, that's Shawn. And I finally see Triple H for the first time. Now, keep this in mind. This is 2009. They both had their hair long and in the ponytail like. So they kind of, in my demented mind, as a 12-year-old, they kind of looked the same to me. They both had facial hair. They both had long hair. I mean, come on. Huh? That was like the first first funny thing I could think of whenever I think about Triple H. And then it got better and later down the line when he's feuding with Randy Orton and the dude showed up at his house, and then you got a lady yelling in the room, Orton running away, dropping picture frames, Triple H scaring everybody in the house. I was waiting to see what was Randy Orton's father gonna look like, right? But nah. And then Orton and Triple H just brawled it out, and then that classic moment where he threw him through the window. When he threw him through the window, bow, and then he beat him over in front of the lawn, and he got arrested. I'm like Triple H, no! I was like, run, Triple H, the cops are coming. Run, Triple H, the cops are coming, get out of there! And then he got arrested. I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna see him at WrestleMania. Like, bro. Those moments will never be duplicated, bro. Those moments were just golden moments in my life. I'm not even gonna cap. Golden moments in my life that I'll never forget. Another great moment that I love from Triple H. I mean, I'm talking from what I've seen and how I reacted. I'm not gonna talk about things that I've found out down the line. You know, obviously one of my favorite Triple H matches of all time is with Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam 2002, or the match with The Rock at SummerSlam 1998 in the ladder match. Triple H and The Rock's feud in 2000 period. I love the Backlash match so much. The no holds barred street fight match that he had with Cactus Jack at the Royal Rumble, phenomenal. The street fight he had with Vince is just funny. I've seen it too many times already, but it's just funny to me how like Vince just kept taking an ass whooping and he keeps coming back. Like it's as far as Triple H's run with DX, my favorite will always be 2006. Because yeah, there were the establishment. Well, DX was always a gangsty establishment. I mean, as much as people like to bash the 2009 DX, I appreciate it, you know, because I never knew about DX until they brought it back in 2009, and I was just like, oh, okay, so these guys are a team now. Okay, that's cool. So they are friends. I mean, when Triple H was looking for Shawn in a restaurant and Shawn super kicked the kid, bro, when the manager came out and said Hickenbottom, I was just like, who the hell? That's Shawn Michaels. What do you mean Hickenbottom? What's that? It's like, how you just gonna change your name to Hickenbottom? What type of Triple H cooking with Shawn Michaels? I can't lie, bro. That was fire. That segment was good. I don't care what anybody says. That segment was good. And then I started to get used to the COO version of Triple H, where I like seeing Triple H in a suit. To me was like, oh, okay, this is cool. I like this, because I in my head I'm like, yeah, like Triple H, he's for the people, he's for the fans, so he's gonna like do what we want to do. Like, he's gonna give us what we want, bringing back JR, bringing back John Morrison, doing this and that, giving John Cena. I was in between when he made John Cena the #1 contender and challenged Rey Mysterio later that night on July 25th, 2011. I didn't forget the date, because that day Rey Mysterio beating The Miz in Hampton, Virginia, or Richmond, Virginia. Beautiful. But then Cena won, and then the whole thing with Punk and etc. Again, seeing Triple H COO, which I knew John Laurinaitis coming through, Triple H about to fire him, and then Taker came back, all that, and then the whole thing with Brock. Then we come 2013. 2013, all the way up to 2016, I would say. Triple H was again in my eyes was like still for the people, whatnot, until SummerSlam. Until Daniel Bryan won the title, pedigree by Triple H, Orton cash in, the Authority rules the WWE, and then I'm just looking at Triple H like, how could you? Why? After all these years. After you being for the people, now you care about the company? Now you're a businessman? Then it's like, now you're hating on Daniel Bryan, but why?
What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy!
The rest is history, bro. One of the greatest opening matches of WrestleMania history, I swear to God. Now we can talk about NXT Triple H. I will not sit here and act like Triple H created stars per se. I would say he took well-known stars out elsewhere, mold them into a WWE style, and once they're done with NXT, they'll go up to the main roster and see what happens. Obviously, the likes of Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns worked out. Becky Lynch worked out. Charlotte worked out. Sasha Banks worked out. I don't know. But overall, Triple H and NXT Triple H will always be respected because he did something. He saw what was hot, which was the independent scene. You know, the whole thing with New Japan and ROH. I won't say Impact, but yeah, you know, like those two alone, ROH and New Japan, were going crazy at the time. And Triple H saw that and he's like, if I could get those guys to come through here, what if I made a brand? What if I made NXT almost like that? And he did. He started getting more underground music artists come through. Not only give them songs, but sometimes perform it on takeovers. And they will just have great match after great match. Great show after great show. It's hard to say that which takeover was bad. It's hard to say which takeover was like, oh god, this is the worst takeover of all time. Everything was fine and good until they went to TV, but that's a different story for a different day. Point is, Triple H, NXT Triple H, from the beginning to when he got the health scare, Triple H was, I would say he was successful with NXT because he made a brand out of nothing. He took NXT that was just nothing but a C show from a B show, and then Triple H was like, alright, let's go find a spot and we'll start from the bottom again. And they did. They rebranded NXT as not just a developmental brand where they could just come out and wrestle in front of people and that's it. They decided to go ahead and build stars, work on talent from FCW, and mold them and make them into who they are today. Without Triple H, will we really get a Bray Wyatt? Will we get a successful Roman Reigns without Triple H? Without Triple H, will we really get Tyler Black becoming Seth Rollins? But I'm just saying, like, Triple H was like the main guy underneath all that. Triple H was the main guy. You would have some people help here and there, but underneath all that, in the overall scheme, Triple H was the main guy. All I can say is, I feel like Triple H has accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. He wanted to not only be the best wrestler, and low-key he was, whether it was a short time period or not, he was on the top of his game. He was the best. And then he wanted to take what he'd done or what he learned, and he wanted to see if he could do it in his own way, and he did with NXT. And then now with the health scare, I guess Vince was like, alright, you've done so much, but I think you need to lay low. Yeah, I don't want you dying on my watch now. You got kids and a wife to take care of. You got family, my family, to take care of. You gotta chill. So we'll take it over from here. And then 2.0 became a thing. I don't know. But I'm just coming up with some bullshit in my head. But the point is, Triple H has done so much, and I am not mad that he's retired. The last two matches he had was with his Evolution pals and Randy Orton and Batista. I mean, and before that, he had a tag match with his friends. A bad match as a viewer, and it was a bad match for them too. But they had a night. He had a night with his friends. Triple H, one of the best of all time. As a fan, thank you very much. So leave your comments down below. What are your greatest Triple H moments that you can remember? Leave your comments down below. Hope you all enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out. Later.